Hey, everybody, welcome to Writing Sprint Tuesdays. I'm your host, Hank. So glad to have you all with us. Nothing makes me happier than coming into sprints and seeing the chat lively and everybody getting ready to write all those words. So happy you all are here. Hello, NJ. Hello, Zarintha. Hello, Athena. Um, Veronica. Oh, who am I overlooking here? Uh, Ash Longworth, hello. Cybercodger, hello. And everybody in the chat. What are we writing today? I am working on editing my 60-day writing challenge novel, Murder Town. I'm continuing to edit on that one, so that's what I'm doing today. What are you guys working on? Tell me something good today. What's going on? What are we working on? What are you excited about this year? You know, we've been back from our holiday break for a week now, and I feel like the wheels are beginning to turn again, and I'm excited to see what's going on with everybody. I'm just trying to scan the chat here to see. Thank you, everyone, for saying hello to me. Hello back. So glad to have you all with us. There's nothing like uh, having a dedicated community that you can depend on, that is going to be there, that is going to help motivate you, and hopefully, we return some of that motivation to you. And just excited for everything that this community does and the inspiration that goes around. You guys are so awesome. Um, let's see. Manny says, I'm deciding if I want to continue this story or shelf it. Cozy fantasy is so hard. Man, I feel your pain. I've not written cozy fantasy, but I have tried my hand at a cozy mystery, and what I determined is that I, at least at this point in my life, was better suited to a more traditional fantasy, and the some of the differences are subtle, but I just felt like I couldn't hit that particular mood. So I think it's really intriguing and exciting what's going on in cozy fantasy right now. So I'd love to hear what your complications are, what some of what the pain points are, because I'd love to explore it some. So anyway, feel free to share what's going on. Rosalinda said, I'm excited to get back to some semblance of normalcy and productivity. You're not the only one, Rosalinda. I completely understand and I feel that sentiment. Veronica says, a completely new scene that is missing in my first draft. That if you're able to take a little time away from your first draft before you start editing, those are the kinds of things that you're able to see that you just could not see in the first draft. But yeah, that happens to me a lot. I'll read something and say, well, this just doesn't quite make sense. I really took a leap of logic here, and I need a scene that bridges that gap to help it make more sense. Yeah. Um, Zarintha says my ideas are way too dark for cozy anything. Touche. I understand. Uh, let's see. Manny says I'm used to writing like an epic scale with big words, so focusing on a small scale and a small town is hard. I keep making it bigger and bigger. I kind of have the opposite. For me, it's very difficult for me to conceptualize like the big grand scale of a lot of epic. I love to read it. Just love to tell very close um character driven stories. So anyway, let's talk about it more in the next break. 20 minutes. We'll see you guys on the other side. All right, everybody. That's the first sprint in the books. Gonna copy my words out of this one and paste them into sprint number two. And I'll get the link for sprint number two in the chat for you guys. Oh, let's catch up on the chat. Um, Hello, Berlin. Hello, Bon. Let's see. Zarentha 170. Good job. Ash Longworth 713. Wow. Amazing. Elena 240. Let's see. Berlin 112. Manny minus 71. I love it because I have a good idea what you're doing. Athena 615. Boom. Veronica 412. Look at you guys go. Just putting up big numbers today. Rosalinda 140. That's great. Let's see. David, hello, David. 292 after finally arriving. Well, welcome in. You know, we knew something was missing, and it was David. So glad you could join us. For those of you that joined us a little late, we were, just having a little conversation about what we're working on, what challenges we're seeing. Are you guys editing? Are you thinking about new stories? Like what are the big plans for this year? We're only a couple of weeks in, and still time to make those big plans for this year. I have a couple of traditional series that are publishing this year, and the one series has been pushed and pushed because of some production issues. So that just means that I'm going to have two series coming out this year, and I published my novel Crossroad Blues last fall, and I'm going to publish the book I'm working on, Murder Town. I'm going to indie publish that, and I'm going to try to indie publish two mystery books this year, plus my two sci-fi series. So it's a possibility that I'll have like 8 books published this year, which is insane because that doesn't mean I'm writing 8 books this year, but this is the product of a couple of years worth of work that, the words I've had banked up that are just kind of finally all coming to fruition. So it's going to seem like a lot, but that just means next year will kind of feel like a downer compared to this year. But, that's what you get sometimes. Uh, anyway, Rosalinda said, anyone else doing Adam Boswick's Novel Gains Organic Marketing Challenge? No. Please, can you give us some bullet points and why that might be something that we would want to look up? It's a 30-day challenge to take our socials to a new level and be more consistent. He mostly focuses on TikTok, which I don't and won't do, but I'm going to try it anyway. Interesting. Um, Adam Boswick. Let me write that name down, Rosalinda, because I think I might want to reach out to him and see if we can pick his brain. So I'm going to make a note to look him up after sprints and see what I can find out. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. All right, we've got 1 minute left. Are you guys getting those fingers limbered up? Have you gotten your words pasted over in sprint number 2? Ready to go? I'm going to continue editing this chapter of Murder Town and getting it closer to getting ready to go. Craig Martell endorsed in his successful indie author group. That's good to know. Craig is a good friend. So I'll reach out to Craig if I can't find. Interesting. Yeah, TikTok seems to be a place where book marketing is really blowing up, and I'm like you. I've kind of stayed away, but if that's where the people are, that's something we should look into. All right, sprint number 2. We'll see you guys on the other side. Okay, writers, how did we do that time? Uh, I'm not having a great word count day today. I'm just reading over and making some little uh it looks like more punctuation adjustments than anything. But some days are just like that. Uh let's see. Let me catch up on what I missed here. Um David said I have to finish my choose your own adventure first draft. I also have my trilogy to keep world building and outlining. Also have my flash fiction stories ongoing. David, you're a man after my own heart. Always got multiple pots simmering on the stove at any given time. I love that. You know, uh, it happens. Rosalinda said I just did my first live on Substack. I don't use TikTok for ethical reasons, but that's me. Um, I didn't know you could go live on Substack. Interesting. Uh, I'm I I've not gone very deep on Substack yet, and not for any particular reason. It's just one more thing I have to learn. So, but such is life. Berlin 141. Bond says, "Oh man, I got so distracted." Yeah, that happens. Let's see. Sorrentha, I'm not either. Got a phone call, distraction. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys, but that's okay. We've got one more sprint to go. Veronica 458. Yay. Good work. Um, let's see. Ash Longworth 494. Manning minus 27. Again, I love it. Um, NJ getting less than 400 these days. Guess I'm slowing down near the end. And that's okay. Sometimes you need to slow it down and really think through, especially those last few scenes. You're trying to tie up loose ends. You're trying to, make sure it's satisfying for the reader. That's okay. The um the goal is not to just burn through as many words as you can. The ultimate goal is to have a great book that you're proud of at the end, and hopefully that connects with readers and make somebody snot cry. That's what everybody wants, I think, at some point. Um, David 411. Zarenta, how long is too long for a prologue? Wow. I think we should do a special show one day just on prologues because people have very um uh specific opinions about prologues, and to me it's just not that serious, but I do enjoy a prologue. I think some people think prologues, if you really effectively write a prologue, can it just be chapter one? What I like in a prologue is for you to telegraph something to the reader that is to come, um, that maybe wouldn't make sense as a chapter one because it flashes forward, or whatever the reason is. Um, but typically, a prologue, the ones I've written, are about chapter length, whatever your typical chapter is. But there's a lot of nuance there, and I'm not going to do it justice in 1 minute. So, um, to answer your specific question, I think most prologues are about chapter length. Anyway, um, let's see. Rosalinda said, "Not great word count for me either. 121 on the same chapter I've been working on for about a month. Very annoying, but making tiny progress is still progress." That's right. And I've noticed when I have times like that where I'm really struggling with a chapter, it typically is because I'm solving problems. And once those problems are solved, the subsequent chapters usually go much quicker, because you're doing that heavy lifting, doing that hard work now. So uh, anyway, all right, 20 minutes. Here's our final sprint. Good luck, y'all. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, everybody, that's our 3 sprints for today. I hope you got the word count you were looking for, or I hope that you were able to untangle some problems that you're wrestling with. Maybe I was just reading your comment just a second ago, NJ. Oh, news! I got the first few illustrations back from my children's book from my illustrator. They're fantastic. I'll be publishing it this year. So excited about that, NJ. Um, can't wait to see what you uh what you've come up with, and can't wait to see that. If you're excited about it, I'm definitely excited. So looking forward to that. Zarintha worked on my inside outline that time and got around 310 words. All right. I love an inside outline. David 542. Um Veronica 355 and 1228 words in total. I'm good for today. Congratulations. Way to go. Manny wrote 20. Hey, we're on the positive side this time. Amazing. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for today. Be sure to check Dabble U for Abby's link to the coffee hour tomorrow. I hear that she had an amazing time last week, and it's really something special that she's doing this year. So be sure to go over and get plugged in for that. Doug will be here on Thursday for writing sprints, and I hope you guys have an amazing week. We will we'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining me. Bye bye.